music. Let me say a pleasant welcome to your President R on the University of Liberia radio. And of course, it's available on all of our social media platforms. This beautiful Monday. As a matter of fact, this is the very first edition of the program for 2023. And I'm grateful that I am here to present it. Of course, the president of the University of Liberia, Professor Dr. Julius Julukon Nelson, as usual, is my guest. My name is Alfonso George, and I'm taking a short break. When I come by, I'll talk to Dr. Nelson. Welcome back to the program, and I hope you can join us midway into the program to just find out all of your concerns. And of course, the president will be ready to talk to you and respond to all of your concerns. Let me say good afternoon, Mr. President, and welcome.
Good afternoon, Alfonso and the members and team at the LUX Radio 106.5. It is good to be with you all today. And look forward, especially so in the new year. Happy New Year 2023 to all of you and our employees and students at the University of Liberia.
How are you doing? How was the weekend?
The weekend very well. I spent Saturday home quiet and went to service on Sunday. I had the opportunity to be the baccalaureate speaker for the Bourgeois College of Science and Technology, BTech, at the St. Mary's Catholic Church in 12 Farm on Sunday. So that had I spent the Sunday celebrating with about 100 plus graduates that are coming out this week from the Bourgeois College of Science and Technology.
Yeah, while you were serving as the baccalaureate speaker, football game was going. The national country is supposed to be. Are you a lover of soccer?
Oh yes, I'm a lover of soccer. I support our national team, but since we usually tie ourselves to what happened in other places in the world, I'm a supporter of Barcelona if you go to Spain, and Chelsea when you go to the United Kingdom.
Oh, okay. So I'm a Real Madrid man. So I don't want to call her name. Okay, like you so. Okay, Mr. President, welcome. It's good to have you on the very first edition of the program.
Thank you so much.
All right, so as usual, we just going to talk to you about some of the things that are happening and some of the things that will happen.
Well, let me start first by once again expressing or saying Happy New Year 2023 to each of you, employees and students, your family members. And let me say Happy New Year to the visitor of the University of Liberia, His Excellency Dr. George Manuel Weah, the chairman of our board, Honorable Matthew Zaza, and members of the board, to the administrators, faculty, staff, and students of this great University of Liberia. Happy New Year as we all joining into 2023. Secondly, I want to express my appreciation and gratitude to the university family for our journey in 2022. We started late because of the renovation and but at least we thank God that we were able to get back on track. We were able to finish our first semester of academic 2021-2022. And when we started our second semester, let me celebrate in 2022 the official launch of the University of Liberia Credit Union. That is an enterprise, a partnership between the Faculty Association, the staff, and the administration. And all of us are celebrating that at least we are going ahead with the University of Liberia Credit Union that we will cherish in our long-term development of the University of Liberia. And as we enter 2023, let me share with the community that we are in the planning process for the official launching of the Department of Fisheries Science and Aquaculture program at the University of Liberia. And we are doing it this month around the 25th of January so that we can work closely with the National Fishery and Aquaculture Authority for the intentional effort to make the fishery industry in Liberia a major part of the development plan of the Republic of Liberia. We are also preparing that all things being constant, we'll finish our second semester sometime at the end of March. We hope we can do graduation, the 110th graduation, around the last 2 weeks in April. And then our new academic year, 2022-2023, we can begin that in May. It will be at that time that all of those young people who were successful in the entry exams in 2022 will receive them in the first semester of academic 2022-2023 that we are hoping to begin sometime in mid or late May, that we can continue with that first semester. Let me also share with the community that our students are making plans for this year to work towards a democratic student-wide elections after they do their referendum on the all-school constitution. And so we are looking forward to the democratic election of our student government. We are hoping to plan with them the Miss University of Liberia Beauty and Brain, and we're looking forward to different student exchange programs that will be worked out by the Office of Student Affairs, our student union, and the university authority. We look forward to celebrating our 72nd Founders Day this year from February 14 to 19 at the University of Liberia, with our student being the key focus of those celebration of our 72nd Founders Day. Those are what we are thinking about, and all goes well. We believe that we can begin the new school year, academic 2022-2023, in May of this year, and then we'll be back on track. But once again, thank all of you for your contribution, your support to the University of Liberia. We will do our best in 2023 to achieve those goals we are all setting for the university. Our gratitude once again to the government of Liberia for your support, especially so in the renovation exercise. We have done phase one, or in the process of completing phase one of the renovation exercise on the Capitol Hill campus. We know, according to the plan, you are supposed to give us another $1 million United States dollars to continue the renovation of the campuses of the university. And we believe that if you give that to us in the first quarter of the year between now and June, we can change the face of the university to respond to those issues that faculty and students are raising. And so to all of you, thank you for 2022. Welcome to 2023. Let us work together, because together we can make the university what it ought to be and move it to the next stage and the next trajectory as we move the university forward. These are my official opening remarks, and I will be happy that we can continue from there.
Okay, so that's great, and I would just want to start with one of the newest, programs and or activities. Of course, on your watch is this Founders Day. We had a very first one last February. I'm sure I'm correct. So
Yeah.
we are about to have the second one. You want to talk to us the experience, right? During the launch of the first one, some of the things that have happened after the launch, that is now taking us to the second one.
Well, in the first anniversary last year, we had an international conference
Mr. President.
looking at the. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I was saying to you, after the launch of the Founders Day last year, I'm sure some things have happened, we have had some experiences or so, after we had a lot of different, exchanges during the launch of this new activity here at the university. You want to share with us some of the things that came out as a result of the Founders Day, the launch of it last year?
Well, let me pick up two specific. We were able
Yeah.
to, from that conference, organize, along with Princeton Theological Seminary, an international conference in October 2022, dealing with the afterlife of slavery and the whole slavery movement and its genesis, especially so in the context of the bicentennial celebration of the Republic of Liberia. As part one of the conference, part two of that conference will be in have the second part it will be in Washington, D.C. at the Howard University. Secondly, as an offshoot of that conference, we were able to organize the Center for Diaspora and Migration Studies. Let me be grateful to Dr. William Allen and Ambassador Jeremiah Solontet for agreeing to provide leadership for that Center for Diaspora and Migration Studies and celebrate the fact that that center and the Kennesaw State University signed an agreement for partnership for their workings as we go to the future. Because of that, this year, we are focusing on activities with our students. There will be an intellectual discourse organized by our Student Services Administration, the Office of Student Affairs, and the Student Union, and there will be sporting events between the University of Liberia and other sister universities to celebrate our Founders Day in 2023. We hope as we go forward, there will be at least a week of celebration of the Founders Day with different events and activities. But this year, we wanted to make sure that we focus on our students to prepare an intellectual discourse that we can discuss several issues about the university and engage in different varsity sports activity for the celebration of the 72nd anniversary of the University of Liberia.
That's great. And I can only, go back to this Center for Diaspora and Migration Study, or Migration Study and Diaspora, or something like that. So it also came as a result of the launch of this Founders Day or something. Now, but for the sake of our audience, Mr. President, can you just say to us the significance of this center to the university?
Well, the Founders Day is our birthday. On February 15,
I mean the Migration and Diaspora Study.
Well, we were celebrating in 2022 as a country, Liberia, the whole concept about what happened 200 years ago at the time about free slaves coming back to Africa and setting up what we call today the Republic of Liberia. Besides those, in recent time, there are a lot of citizens of Africa, Liberia, who are going to other places in the world. Their impact, what they are dealing with, we believe at the University of Liberia, there need to be a conscious effort for we to study those issues. And the other universities are discussing the whole question of migration, people in the diaspora, how do they relate to their home countries? And we believe that that center at the university will help us do a lot of research, different thematic issues that will close that gap in our understanding of the diaspora and migration studies around the world, but now at the University of Liberia. And Dr. William Allen, our professor of history par excellence, and Dr. Jeremiah Solonte have agreed to provide leadership for that center here at the University of Liberia. And we are very thankful that that event, and they were also working closely with our conference Afterlife with Princeton University. Those are discussions that we will continue in 2023 through the Center of Diaspora and Migration Studies here at the University of Liberia.
Mr. President, during the launch of UL Founders Day, there were a lot of presentations from different, professional people. I'm thinking as to whether, those presentations or say issues coming as a result of those presentations were compiled and that they are into our archive for reference issue or something, or maybe thinking about doing something else with them, so that we kind of better some things perhaps that were picked up as the result of those research.
Well, our colleagues in the Center for Diaspora and Migration Study and the committee that planned that international conference are doing the wonderful work of putting all of those together to be part of our reservoir for the development of that center and different thematic areas that we believe we ought to be a part of. But as an offshoot of that meeting, the meeting we had in October with Princeton Theological sharing all of those now, so that when we go to Washington, D.C. in 2023 with the next phase of the conference on afterlife of the different colonization and Christianity, we believe that all of those papers will help us, and the colleagues in the center will prepare us for that journey in October or sometime this year in Washington, D.C., working closely with our partner school, the Princeton Theological Seminary.
Okay, we will be crisscrossing the issues. Now let's come to the renovation, exercise that is ongoing at the university. What would you want to say to us regarding the status of the renovation exercise?
Well, we are not through with phase one. There's a large part that we'll be getting through. We are receiving the last 300,000 from the government of Liberia for the first phase of innovation. Our team here at the university, headed by Madam Beneto Jokota, our vice president for administration, and the U.S. team working our friends, the University of Liberia Faculty Association, the Staff Association, and our friends from the General Services Agency, the Ministry of Public Works, the Liberia Agency for Community Empowerment, and the Engineering Battalion of the Ministry of National Defense, the Armed Forces of Liberia. We are all preparing to see how we can complete that first phase with the funding provided by the government. We are in the process. Either we are getting the check this week to complete that exercise. The works here at Capitol Hill will be completed, and then the funding that we'll see for 2023, that focus will be on funding the College of Health Science campus and Strass and J as we continue the renovation exercise at the University of Liberia. So it is not over yet. We need to do additional works, and we believe that with the funding that we are about to receive, we will start to finish that phase one and prepare ourselves for phase two. And in discussions we are having with the government of Liberia through the Ministry of Finance, we have appealed that the funding for the second phase for 2023, we hope that we can receive that between January and June, so that we can do a lot of works here at the College of Health Science campus beyond the Catholic Hospital, the Findale campus there in Findale, and also the David A. Stroud campus in St. J. Grand Cape Mount County. That's what we are looking forward to in 2023. But I'm happy to say that we are funding the last batch of funding from the government of Liberia to complete phase one of the renovation exercise that we started in 2022.
Mr. President, I'm sorry if I have to ask you a question, regarding something that you already said, because there were some glitches, so I couldn't really get you. But the first phase is done. You want to tell us the areas captured under the first phase?
Well, we dealt with the issue of the works on the Firestone building on campus. We did some work on the Totmo Hall, the issue of water on our campus. We are thankful to the Ministry of Public Works team, the road network from the main gate to the Stella Marie's gate side. With those one was repaired. We had to do some work with the Business College building, the graduate building. Those are the one that we need to complete the first phase of, and there are works going on now at the Cassette building, and there will be some finishing touches at the Roberts Hall. Those are areas on the Capitol Hill we needed to complete to finish the first phase, and that is why in discussion with the government of Liberia through the Ministry of Finance, there was a balance of 300,000 that we are receiving now to finish that first phase on the Capitol Hill, and then we'll start doing what we need to do for the other phase to begin, that will focus on the Findale campus, the College of Health Science campus, and Strauss and J in Grand Cape Mount. And we believe that in the discussion we are having, once the budget for 2023 is passed, we believe that we'll get some funding concerning the renovation from the government of Liberia, as they have promised and have done the first part in 2022. We know that they will do the second part in 2023. And so we are looking forward to that exercise. But we want to finish the first phase with the 300,000 we are receiving. We believe that we can do some work on Capitol Hill to complete that exercise and prepare ourselves for the 2023 renovation exercise that will be phase 2 of that whole plan that we put together with the government of Liberia, our faculty association, to move the university forward.
The President, let me take you to the medical college in Congo Town. Prior to this renovation exercise, there was this information coming from the university about the dormitory there. Was that the boys dormitory?
The CVU dormitory.
Yeah, CVU. So and there has been discussion surrounding that it has lived its usefulness. So I don't know whether that building was captured under this arrangement. You want to talk about that?
That building was not in the arrangement. What I can let you know now, we have concluded discussions with the Ministry of Public Works. In this January, that particular building will be put down. All the reports we have gotten of its livelihood to continue to use that will not be possible. And we made the discussion and made the arrangement with the Ministry of Public Works. They will bring that building down, and then we now can brainstorm as to what we do with that area. And we concluded that in January 2023, they will complete the demolition of the CVU dormitory at the College of Health Science campus in Congo Town. And that will take place before the 31st of January 2023.
Okay. All right. So let me talk to you about the last semester. What are things there that we need to know? We'll come back to other issues. But what do we need to know? And this semester, what do we need to know?
Well, I'm happy that I had a meeting with our president, those of us who are faculty members of the university, Dr. Edna Joining. I met with the staff, President Lawrence Situa, and then the president of the university student government, Vafi Dukle, over the Christmas holidays to just brainstorm as to our journey together in 2022 and what can we do together in 2023 that will improve the environment and our working together here at the University of Liberia. The meeting went very, very well. I might express my appreciation to those 3 constituent presidents for our interaction, and I look forward to working with them closely as we go into 2023. I also want to appreciate the president of the Student Union and the Office of Student Affairs for putting together an opportunity for me to have dinner with student leaders last Friday so that we can just chit-chat and get views of student leaders about the running of the university and what we can improve and what we can do together as we move forward with the University of Liberia. One major issue at that meeting that I laid out was a question of trying to put into place a disability support service unit at the University of Liberia. Our brothers and sisters who are physically challenged being with us, being discussing, and we finally made a decision that the university in 2023, before the end of January, we put in place a resource center for our colleagues with disability and alternative learning so that the university can have a focal person that will deal with that issue across the university campuses. And so I made that commitment to them, and we'll very soon I will transfer some colleagues who will help us in that resource center for students with disability and alternative learning that we can respond to as the first university in Liberia working with these students. The appeal have come over the years, and I think we are at the right time in the right place to set that unit up and look forward to the engagement of those leaders of that particular unit that will be working with our students who find themselves physically challenged or experiencing some kind of disability. And I believe that we can achieve that in 2023.
That's great to hear. So let me ask you about progress made so far. I know graduation business is a bit away, but what is there to know? with
Well,
respect to
graduation, the 110 commencement graduation, we are doing all we can do so that we can do that in the last 2 weeks of January. We are lifting up April 17 to 29th, 2023 as the period of time we will have the 110 commencement convocation. I need to share with the community that during this particular graduation, the University of Liberia will be honoring some people. One of them I want to talk about because he played a major role working with the University of Liberia is the outgoing executive secretary of the Regional University Forum for Capacity Building in Agriculture, Professor Adipala. He worked with us in 2019 and provided the opportunity for the university to have 27 slots for the training of our colleagues in agriculture and the STEMS program to get their master's and PhD. And since that time, we have sent over 15 of our colleagues all over Africa here who are getting their PhD master's program to come back to the University of Liberia. He has served that particular Roof Forum program from 2004, starting with 4 countries and 10 universities. Today, we are 163 universities and over 39 or 40 countries who are part of that particular exercise and Roof Forum. And therefore, we are discussing and made a decision that we will bring Professor Adibala to Liberia, the honoring of the Roof Forum as an institution, but giving him a special honor for the role he played in helping the university build our capacity in the agriculture and STEMS program. And we want to appreciate him at the University of Liberia. He's even committing himself to work with the University of Liberia as we work towards establishing our PhD program in the not too distant future. And we believe the role he played in serving the continent, but especially so the University of Liberia, we need to honor him, and we'll be bringing him to Liberia at the 110th commencement convocation to give him that special honor, to celebrate him and his contribution to higher education and human capacity development on the continent of Africa.
we know the graduation exercise, begins with the clearance of students, and of course that is done in different categories. So, what would you want to say to us about that?
Well, the first semester is over. Those who are prospective graduate, once again, we'll do the graduation application online as we did before. And I believe very soon, I know that the Commencement Convocation Committee, headed by Dr. Moses Zinan, will meet on Thursday this week in the Academic Theater at Finda. We hope that the leadership of the graduating class, the president of the student union, will be part of that meeting for which to lay out the different activities that will be part of the 110th commencement convocation. In our projection that we are seeing so far, it appears as if we will be moving to graduate between 2,000 and 2,500 students from the prospective graduates from the University of Liberia to be part of the 110th commencement convocation. But as we go along this particular, in the next few weeks, we will see exactly who are in category 1, and those that will be in category 2 have to wait for the finishing of the second semester at the university. But at least if we are clear about the category 1, there will be a faculty senate meeting that will then approve them, and they will start preparing themselves for the 110th commencement convocation.
Share with me the success story about application for graduation online.
Yeah. Well, we did that last year. We are just indicating that the process will continue because the system will show that there are certain basic benchmarks you must meet before you can apply for graduation. You get to 96 credit award, then you change your status from junior to senior, and you have to know how many credit you are left with in a different discipline before you apply for graduation. And applying online make it very simple for all of us. You will follow the process, you apply, they will go to your department, your college, the Office of Enrollment Services will check your document, show you a ledger, and once that is clear, then the finance office will also tell you that you don't owe the university. And so that system allows us to do academic check and financial check before you receive your clearance at the appropriate time once the faculty senate have approved you for graduation. And there was tweaking of that. I believe that our friends in the Office of Enrollment Services and the Business and Finance Office will keep working hard with our prospective graduates so that we can complete that exercise for those who are planning to apply for graduation. We have for the graduation, they have to apply before we approve them for graduation. And that process will be ongoing once we get through with the meeting of the commencement convocation meeting on Thursday. Then I believe all of those different ideas and information will be shared with the community. But for those of you who are in that category, congratulations in advance, and we look forward to working with you as you prepare yourself for the 110th commencement convocation here at the University of Liberia.
You want to talk about the enrollment for the current semester and the payment of fees and or tuition? Sorry.
This semester, in a projection from the Office of Enrollment Services, we have 22,000, I think 600 or 900 plus. Let me also indicate there are more than 4,500 students who are in the wings because they passed the university entrance exam that will be receiving when we start academic 2022-2023 sometime in May of this year. However, we need to indicate that I had a meeting on November 23rd with the student government and student leaders at the university. They raised issue about the registration procedure that call for clearing your arrears before you can access the e-portal. We came to the common ground that will open the e-portal for our students to do their registration as the tradition called for, but with the understanding that as of the academic year 2022-2023, you have to make sure that you are clear with the university of any financial obligation before you have access to the e-portal. So for this semester, they will pay 50% of their registration fee around the midterm, and they balance 50% before we go to the final exam. That was the understanding we reached with the student leaders on November 23rd in the UL auditorium. And we want to keep that bargain with them as we prepare ourselves to transition to a system where we don't have to run beyond the men and women of the University of Liberia, but the whole idea of paying your registration fee to enroll in an institution of higher learning. All over the place, other institutions, the registration fee is sine qua non to know that you are a current student. And I know the tradition has been there, but at least I'm happy that in our discussion with the student leaders, we came to the understanding that we will compromise this time, but preparing for the next academic year, all of us will be ready. There will be a whole semester notice given to them, and then we can start on that trajectory. So this time around, the e-portal is open. I know there are still hitches. I will ask our ICT team and the registration team or enhancement team to improve the whole question of a student getting their registration done. And by the midterm, they will do their 50%. And by the final exam, they will also do the balance 50%. So that was the understanding we reached with our student leaders. I want to appreciate them for our talking together. There's no issue at the university. We can sit and discuss to find the appropriate common ground. And I'm happy that the student leader led his colleagues, and we found an understanding dealing with the issue of the registration. Another issue we discussed at that meeting was the issue of the fees for the bus service that we provide for them. You know, it has been the issue of $20 coming from the Benson Hospital or the Red Light Business District of Findale. In that discussion, we agree going forward that right now, instead of $20, because the university was going at a high level to subsidize that process, we agree in principle that the student now will pay $50 one way to go to Findale instead of the $20. And that was another understanding we reached on that November 23rd meeting. And I'm happy to inform the community that we agreed that we'll provide the buses for them to go, and there will be more buses there that will not have issue. We arranged with the National Transport Authority in an agreement and the Maserado Transport Services to help us that we can provide buses for our students to get from the Benson Hospital to Findale and from Findale back to the Red Light Business District as we journey in the first semester. We look forward to improving those services, but we need to work with each other because right now the cost of fuel is very, very expensive, and the university was not able to continue those services with the $20, and we made that plain to them. We gave them the report of the research that was done by our team of people that did that work for us to do their own research, and from all the different understanding, $20 could not make it. That was paid in 2004 to be the same amount for 2022 or 2023. And at least we reached that understanding.
I was smiling. Yeah.
for the business district to offend them back to. You were smiling over what?
I was smiling when you talk about the arrangement or the discussion between you and the students
Not
in
only a discussion,
November.
we
Sorry.
discussed, we resolved, they put it in writing, sent it to me, and I carried it to the cabinet, and we accepted that as an understanding reached between student leaders and the UA administration as we go forward with this particular semester.
Okay, let me now start to take calls. You can call us on 0777 277 288. Hello? 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 How you doing? What's your name? And calling from where? Welcome, Darius.
Increase the volume.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, but our concern as a student is that we are concerned about the second entrance results. When the second entrance is coming up, and because we are concerned about it, and we want to prepare to enter that university.
Thank you.
For the president to see how when will be the second.
Thank you, Darius. 0777 277 288 0777 277 288 0880 768 161 0880 768 161 or call us on 0775 063 956 to be a part of your President R. The President of the University of Liberia, Professor Dr. Julius Julukon Nelson, is right here to respond to your concerns. He wants to know the results of the second entrance exam. When is it coming up?
Yeah, thank you. The testing committee has some meetings over the break, and I believe in the next week or two, the testing committee will give us a report in the cabinet and at the faculty senate meeting to approve the result of the second entrance exam. And those from the first and second entrance will then start receiving their admission letter for them to enter in the new academic year that will begin in May 2023. Academic 2022-2023 that will start in May of this year.
Okay. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
How you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay.
This is Chinchester Victor from the Public Health Department of Part-Time Lecturers. I must commend the first on planning to address the issues with people or persons with disabilities when it comes to acquiring higher education. I've been questioned so many times by some persons with disabilities that I've worked with, that it's quite difficult for them to enter the University of Liberia. And now we have inclusion at all levels. So I must commend him for that process in order for them to acquire education because they are satisfied. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very kindly. 0777 277 288 0777 277 288 0775 063 956 or 0880 768 161 0880 768 161. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yep. How you doing?
Yeah, number.
Okay. Name and calling from where?
Yeah, I'm calling from Sharaf, like people and in the church station.
Welcome.
Yeah, I got two concerns. Yeah, the first one has to do with if they have 10 entrance. 1, 2. I want to know if concerning the university, the tuition level, I understand it's free, but I want to know if it is at master level.
Master level in what?
The free tuition.
Oh, what I apply to the master people?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Let me take this one. Oh, this person's off the line. But let me take this one. Hello? Hello? Oh, too bad. Okay, let me go this way. I have to go this way. Hello? Yeah?
Yeah, my name is Alvin. Yeah, and I call from around Soup Clinic.
Welcome, Alvin.
Okay, thank you. Happy New Year, Mr. President. My concern is being June to students that have provisional ID that attended the last semester and want to continue the semester. Unfortunately, this is have not yet open for us, and we are yet to know if they will open or not. We've been to admission office, but it's not still clear yet. So I think the president on the radio very to address that for us.
Okay. Mr. President, did you get him?
Yeah, let me respond to that. You're talking about the provisional students.
Yeah.
Yeah, that issue came about when the meetings I had with the ALSU or ALSE president, and I wanted to get some feedback from academic affairs. And between now and the end of this week, we'll make a firm decision. But I would believe that they have completed their work for the provisional level, and we needed to make sure that whether we can transition them from the provisional to regular student, or whether we should wait until the new academic year, since we are in the process of reforming the Office of Enrollment Services. But that question came up with my discussion with the student leader, Mr. Vafli Duklik, and I'm taking it to a cabinet meeting on Wednesday this week so that we can make a firm decision on that one, and we inform the students who are in that category about their situation as we go forward. The free tuition is not at the master level. It's only for undergraduate. It's been that way since the free tuition was established, and so far we are keeping it that way for now because of this national policy of the government of Liberia. And we believe that I appreciate the caller concerning the disability support services. We have done our homework, and we believe that when we finally set it up, it will respond to our colleagues and friends who have some kind of disability or alternative learning, that we, as the premier university in Liberia, need to respond to that they will have access equally as other students who are not disabled.
Do you offer a third entrance? That's one concern.
No, there will be no third entrance. We are finished with the entrance exam. Those who we have accepted now, when we announce the result of the second entrance exam, we will start thinking about entrance exam for 2023. And we'll make that decision. We will then inform the community. What I can say is that we are looking highly at the whole question for the undergraduate to see how we can computerize the whole digital testing for the undergraduate division. I'm waiting for the report from the testing committee and the testing center, and then we'll make that announcement at the appropriate time. But first thing first, we want to receive the results of the second entrance exam, know who all were successful, and prepare ourselves to receive them in the first semester of the new academic year, and then what will happen with the entrance exam and placement test for 2023. When we do the finalizing of the decision, then we'll share with the people of Liberia.
077-277-288, 077-277-288, 0880 768-161, 0880-768-161, or 0775-063-956, 0775-063-956 are the numbers to call to be a part of your president. The president of the University of Liberia, Professor Dr. Julius Julukon Nelson, is live to respond to your concerns. Call us on 077-277-288, 077-277-288, 0880-768-161, or 0775-063-956. You will be live on the University of Liberia radio to talk to the president of the University of
Mamadi Kelly is asking when will the admission process begin. When we receive the results and announce the results for the second entrance exam, the Office of Enrollment Services will have an announcement on radio as to when we will start the admission process for those students who were successful on the first and second entrance exam of the university. What is clear is that all of them first and second entrance exam, their admission will be for the first semester of academic 2022-2023 that will start in May. So very soon, once we do our homework, we will get that information to the public and our community here for all of us to know when that process will begin. But we are targeting that their admission to the university will take place in the first semester of academic 2022-2023 that begins in May, late May of 2023.
Mr. President, though you talk about it in passing when you were talking about Roof Forum, you want to talk about our guys outside of Liberia studying. Where are we having of them are coming, or maybe we had some standing by? I mean, some going in recent time, or some are standing by.
Nelson T. David is asking, this one admission we have been waiting since last year. You guys should be updating the public regularly. We will do that. That is why we are having a program today. But our rules say we are made students in the first semester. If you don't know that, let me tell you today. Right now, we are admitting students only in the first semester. So whenever you take the test, the first semester of our academic year, that's when we admit students. I'm announcing to you that we have made those who were successful on the university entrance exam in our first semester that will begin in May 2023. The process for admission letters, there's another exercise that will be happening, and we'll give those students their letters, and we'll receive all of those who are successful, meeting all the benchmark, passing 5 subjects in WAEC, submitting your different document. All of those are documents that we'll have to receive before you are then admitted and given a university ID that will then make you a current student. We are doing our homework. We will keep updating you, but we know all of those who were successful in the university entrance exam will enter in the first semester of academic 2022-2023. Our colleagues who are on faculty study leave, two of them have returned with their PhD degree, and we are celebrating that. Other people are doing their research now, but we were able to work with them and do our part for the end of the year, allowances, living expenses, medical something, the issue of research fee. We are trying to work with that, and we believe that in the next 3 or 4 weeks, we will start getting to a research fee for those of them who are now on their research project. But they are all doing well. I communicated with them during the holidays. They gave me feedback, and they are looking forward to completing their PhD or master degree to come and join us here at the University of Liberia. Let me welcome Dr. Alan Bole, who completed his work in Nairobi, Kenya, and he's back home in the biological sciences. I think Dr. Alvin Josie, who received from Iceland in the fishery program. We are celebrating their work, and we believe that those who are finishing, when they come back, they will add additional impetus to the faculty profile of the University of Liberia. So we're celebrating them, but you need to know that we still have more than 70 to 90 students or faculty members who are on study leave in different categories. And we look forward to sending more. The opportunity for our partner university, Sharda University in India, to receive some students. And there are other opportunities for those who are on the Roof Forum Grant Assistance Scholarship to also be going in the next week or two to continue our faculty development to improve our faculty profile here at the University of Liberia.
Mr. President, what's the status of pensioners regarding their pay or so? Because, I'm presenting the program, so sometimes someone then see me, they keep talking to me. When you bring in the president, we want to hear from him.
Well, thank you for that question. And I had a meeting with some of them sometime in 2022. We know that as of May, there was a discussion with the Minister of Finance when we're having all of those negotiations that all the pensioners of the university currently are not on the university payroll. They are being separated from the university payroll, and they are on a block that they gave us a check for them through since July up to now. And by the time we complete our discussion with the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation to transfer our pensioners, after we sign an MOU with the government of Liberia and National Social Security offer and the UN administration, our pensioners will be transferred to the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation. In the meantime, since they were taking off our university payroll, the Ministry of Finance gave us a check every month to pay them. And sometimes it comes very late. We have to work with our pensioners to achieve that goal. We are making sure that we can hurry up that exercise to sign that MOU with NASCO and the government of Liberia, so that our pensioner will be then taken care of directly from the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation. We apologize for the situation. But since they are now part of the university payroll, we have to go through another exercise to get their check before we can give it to them. I heard from the business and finance office, we just got an additional 1 month that will be sent to them very soon. And I think with that 1 month, we'll be having 1 more month or 2 more months to complete 2022. We are still discussing with the Ministry of Finance, and we believe we can resolve that issue, get their checks for the last part of 2022, and work with the Ministry of Finance and NASCO and the Faculty Association to sign that MOU that will finally transfer our pensioner to the NASCO to be the one to take care of them. That's where we are on the pension situation, and we believe that it will improve as we enter 2023, because when we do that transfer, it will be NASCO that will then take care of them, and they won't have to be waiting. They will go through that system that will be able to reach them as soon as the money is coming to an end.
Thank you, Mr. President. Anything else you want to talk about?
Let me share with the community that on next week, I'm taking a delegation to the commencement convocation of the Honest Bar Krumah University of Science and Technology. It should have been this week, but it was sent to next week. And we are carrying a small team that will be part of that celebration. I think this is their first commencement, and the Vice Chancellor, they invited the University of Liberia to be part of their celebration of their first commencement in Mamboro Card for that celebration. We can our partnership. There will be opportunity in 2023 that there will be different delegation that will be inclusive of our students, our faculty, our staff, that will go to other places. That will be more student exchange program. In a discussion with the students on Friday, there's some other possibility that we are thinking about. I won't let it out now until I finish my homework, but I believe that the faculty, the staff, and the students, all of us who are part of the university family, let us discuss, let us reflect, let us come to the dialogue table. And any issue that we have at the university, we can find the best solution here at the University of Liberia. And I believe I will continue to respect all of them, the different constituencies, and we can work together in the best interest of the University of Liberia, because together we can always make it once we work together. That's all.
Thank you very much. The president of the University of Liberia, Professor Dr. Julius Julukon Sarwolo Nelson there, speaking to a range of issues regarding the running of the University of Liberia. My name is Alfonso George. I'd like to say thanks for being there. We'll bring you a repeat of this edition of the program tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. Until then, see you next Monday at 4:05. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Have a wonderful week.